Welcome Transformer fans, my name is Composite Enerjoe and today I'll be bringing you my review of the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe class, Lockdown. Yes. And here is Lockdown in his, his well-known alt mode, which is based on the Lamborghini Aventador. And here it is, all nice, curvy, and sleek. And as you can see, it doesn't really have the Lamborghini logo, but that's where it would be, and it has a little shape of it. And yeah, it's not bad. As I said, not the biggest fan of exotics, but it's a pretty nice representation of the real thing, and also rolls very nicely. And also, I guess the only other thing to mention is that well, this time around, this Lockdown has Windows. Unlike the Age of Extinction one, he has Windows. And I guess the other thing to really mention is these little peg ports here. That's where you would put his two accessories that come with this figure. I'm not really going to show it off because it just doesn't look that good. But I'm just letting you know that on the sides, on the car doors, you can peg in the two accessories. And that's pretty much it. Nothing else to really say. I think I've talked about this vehicle mode before, and it's a nice vehicle mode. It's nice and it's fairly screen accurate. So let's get on with transformation. First things first, I think you have to go in here in the arm. So that's not there. You gotta pull out the arm. Whoa, yeah, down there. Pull out here. Angle it and pull out. Not all the way. It's like this is as far down as you can kind of see. This is as far as down as these as what his arms can go. But this is what you do. Then you come back here. Pull this out. Get in here and separate from the side. From the side. There we go. And pop. Then pop up. Fold this in. And then you come up here. Fold this in. Like so. And like that. And this is basically his back. He's not too complicated of a transformation. Swing forward the legs. You then turn this assembly around and then flip forward this. Why do that? It says because it gives. I honestly don't know. The instructions say to do that. So you do that. Oh, it's supposed to give more movement for the arm a little bit, and then you flip forward this piece. And for the feet, pull out, and then this piece, whoops, you pull back a little bit, there we go, and just sort of leave it there as the heel. Fold back, and it's supposed to be like this, then push it back. It's like this for robot mode. There we go. So the last step is to get out his head. So then you come in here, and then you pull out his very detailed head, and then you push this back until it soft clicks into, as you can kind of see in here, it clicks into the sides of like the hood of the car. Push it all back, clean it up, and just do a little bit of adjustments, and there we go. There is Lockdown in his robot mode. And I gotta say, this is a much nicer robot mode since it's a much needed improvement from his last one, which was from Age of Extinction. This is a whole lot better. In fact, just get a close look at that head sculpt. Look at that. That's an amazing amount of detail on Lockdown's face. That's a lot of detail. That is very nicely detailed. He's just chock full of details like that. I guess might as well go into articulation. He's got a ball joint at the head, has like another hinge joint because of the transformation. You can sort of have him facing straight up. Not really straight down, but like that. And he does. So yeah, head's on a ball joint. Arms are on ball joints, so they can go arms up here. Shoulders are on ball joints. Can also go a little bit of up and down due to transformation. Swivel at the shoulder, so it's ball joint up here. Swivel a little lower on the shoulder, and ball joint at the elbow. He does have a waist swivel. Ball joint at the thigh, also rotation a little lower at the thigh, a knee, and a little bit of up and down at the foot. So yeah, he's got pretty good articulation. And he just looks really nice. Like proportion-wise, this is a lot closer to what he looks like. It's a lot more screen accurate, and I love it. I just love how detailed this guy is, especially that face. Man, that is accurate. This is just a very, very nice looking figure. I mean, he's a scary looking dude. Like, he's not the prettiest bot on the block, but I don't care. He just looks amazing. This is very, very nicely detailed. Yeah, he still has some back kibble and stuff, but honestly, that doesn't really bother me that much. I would have liked if maybe these arm panels would have folded somewhere. But hey, I will say there are two things that I would have liked for this figure to do that it doesn't. And the first one being is that scale wise, as far as we've seen, yeah, so far, the Studio Series line of figures have gone out of their way to make the robot modes of each of the figures be in scale with one another when compared to their screen portrayals. Basically, the robot modes of the figures match up with the actual size with their actual sizes. So they went out of their way to do that. Lockdown here, however, isn't. Unfortunately, he isn't, because if you watch the movie Age of Extinction, Lockdown is just slightly shorter than Optimus Prime. And Lockdown here is actually shorter than Ratchet, which is not the case, since in the movie, Lockdown I think is at the same height as Ratchet, if not a little taller. Since Lockdown is not really bulky, he's sort of slim. He's slim. He's a slim, thin bot. Oh, and I just noticed they even added the extra detail of his scar on his chest, because he has that in the movie. Very nicely detailed. And yeah, just it's a very nice figure. Pretty decent articulation. Oh, and now for the accessories, which are really cool. He gets this bladed weapon. He gets his blade, which he used in this final battle against Optimus Prime. He did use this. And the hook, which has articulation, which he did use throughout the movie. The hook can either be pegged on the side, or you can actually put it in his hand to sort of replicate his hand transforming into the hook, which is really nice. I love that they kept the hook. The blade, he can hold it. He can hold it in his hand, like so, or you can attach it to side door. Oh, this is also the same peg that you can place it in a vehicle mode, which doesn't look as good. So now we have Lockdown with his arm blade and with his hook. And really nice. And also, like all studio figures, and I'm going to put him out to the side, he comes with a backdrop based on his movie. Based like on a scene from his movie, from the movie that he was in. And here we have, from Age of Extinction, his spaceship. This is the hangar of the spaceship, and I believe from the cities in the background, this was when the ship was hovering over Hong Kong, I believe. Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure this is when this scene happened. And let me sort of show off the rest of it. And yeah. And then, like all the other ones, you just put them up there. And there you go. There he is in his backdrop. Nice. Very nice. I love these little backdrops for the Studio Series. It adds more characters to sort of the displays. It's just really nice. So yeah, that's Lockdown. with his hanger, with the hanger of the night ship or his ship from the film. Age of Extinction is very, very nicely done figure. So overall, I love this figure. My two complaints are, and it sort of goes back to what I was saying about the studio series and the sizes. Unfortunately, I didn't finish that's the thought of it because I wanted to get to this part. The problem with Lockdown is that, yes, as I mentioned, he's not as tall as he should be. Because in the film, he was as tall, if not maybe a tiny bit shorter than Optimus Prime. Yet the figure is shorter than the Deluxe Ratchet. When Lockdown, even in the movie, Lockdown was taller than Ratchet, if not about the same height. So this is now the first case that I've seen where the sort of the scaling is off, is not that accurate, and that's with Lockdown here. They kind of made him too short. However, I pushed that off to the side. The figure is astounding. Oh, the second thing is that I would have liked if they kept the maybe had like a swappable head or something to replicate his mask or the head cannon that he can do, which was the one thing I did like that the Age of Extinction figure did replicate, was his head turning into a sniper rifle. That was a cool thing that Lockdown could do. However, I don't mind that they replaced it with his hook and the sword. Very nice. So yeah, as you can tell, I love this figure. This is honestly the Lockdown that I wish we would have gotten from the very beginning. It's a fantastic figure. Like I said, my two gripes is that I wish he was a little taller so that it works to scale with the other figures. So yeah. I guess some other fun facts about Lockdown here, besides the size thing and the fact that he can't do his head cannon, is that as of right now, like not too long ago, they revealed the sort of next wave in the studio series line, and they revealed the his repaint. This mold is going to be repainted and slightly retooled into a new character by the name of Shadow Raider, who will be orange. Will have a very dominating. I think whose main color is going to be orange. So the vehicle mode is going to be orange. It's going to be Lockdown's body, but the head instead of Lockdown's face is going to be his mask, that sort of sniper mask he had in the film. And instead of these two weapons, it had his gun. It would resemble his gun from the film. And I'm just assuming that Shadow Raider was one of the mercenaries that was with him when he went to Earth to go after Prime in the film. Because in the film, he wasn't by himself. He had a bunch of other sort of underlings and whatnot, like other, I guess, mercenaries, as they're called, that were with him. So I guess Shadow Raider is just one of those people. Random character, but hey, it's a good use of this thing, because in the film, they did all resemble Lockdown, with the exception of his face. So yeah, overall, solid figure, highly recommended. Top notch. This was the Lockdown figure that I always wanted to have. Even though I kind of wish he was a little bit taller so it can work to scale with specifically the Optimus Prime. Well, with more of the other figures, but more with the Optimus Prime. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Lockdown. This is Composite Enerjoe signing off. Peace out.